Spark and Seed proudly presents The Hmong People, a story of resilience. The Hmong people are an ethnic group with a rich cultural identity. Found across southern China, Southeast Asia, and in diaspora communities worldwide, the Hmong have preserved their traditions and unique way of life despite historical challenges. This video explores the origins, traditions, and adaptability of the Hmong people, both in their homeland and abroad. The Hmong trace their origins to southern China, where they lived for centuries as part of a larger group of ethnic minorities known as the Miao. During the 18th and 19th centuries, many Hmong migrated southward to Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, and Myanmar, driven by political persecution, heavy taxation, and attempts at cultural assimilation under the Qing dynasty. Armed uprisings against the Qing government were suppressed, prompting significant migration into the highlands of Southeast Asia. In Laos, the Hmong established themselves as skilled farmers and traders. During the Vietnam War, they played a crucial role in what became known as the Secret War, aligning with US forces against communist forces. The war's aftermath brought widespread displacement and hardship for the Hmong in Laos and neighboring countries. Following the Vietnam War, many Hmong fled to refugee camps in Thailand, then resettled in countries like the United States, France, and Australia. Those remaining in Laos faced challenges in preserving their cultural identity while navigating political and social changes. The Hmong are broadly categorized into subgroups based on dialects and cultural practices, such as White Hmong, Green, Blue Hmong, Black Hmong, and Flowery Hmong. However, further distinctions can be observed in different regions within southern China and Southeast Asia. In Thailand and Laos, they are predominantly White Hmong and Green-Blue Hmong. Approximately 600,000 Hmong reside in the northern and central highlands. The majority are subsistence farmers, maintaining close ties to traditional practices and clan-based community structures. In Vietnam, the subgroups such as Black Hmong and Flowery Hmong are more dominant. Around 1 million Hmong live in mountainous regions like Hà Giang, Lao Cai, and Sơn La, Vietnam. These groups are recognized for their colorful traditional attire and unique customs tied to agriculture and markets. In China, Hmong people are known as Miao. The Hmong in China are further divided into subgroups such as Black Miao, White Miao, and Flowery Miao. Over 2.5 million Hmong remain in southern provinces like Guizhou, Yunnan, and Hunan. These groups retain diverse traditions and languages while integrating into Chinese society. Hmong involvement during the Vietnam War resulted in political persecution by the Laos government. Hence, many white, green, and blue Hmong fled their homes to the United States. Approximately 330,000 Hmong refugees and their descendants have made states like Minnesota, California, and Wisconsin their homes. They have excelled in education, small business ownership, and political representation while preserving cultural practices such as Hmong storytelling, embroidery, and clan leadership structures. Who could have imagined the Hmong people finding a new home in French Guiana? In South America, white Hmong and green-blue Hmong have built a small but cohesive community, preserving their traditions in an unexpected setting. They have successfully adapted traditional farming techniques to tropical conditions and continue to maintain cultural practices such as clan-based social organization and community festivals. In France, Hmong communities include white Hmong and green-blue Hmong, with a focus on agriculture and cultural preservation through events and organizations. Smaller populations also exist in Australia and Canada, where they emphasize education and integration while upholding traditional values. The Hmong language, with its distinct dialects, Hmong Dao, White Hmong, and Hmong Natsuab, Green-Blue Hmong, is central to their identity. Traditionally, an oral language, written systems developed in recent decades have helped preserve their stories and traditions. The Romanized Popular Alphabet, RPA, was developed in 1950 by missionaries in Laos. It has no tone marks. Instead, tones are indicated by consonant-like letters at the end of words. Think of the RPA as an alphabet where every letter corresponds to a specific sound. Unlike English, tones in Hmong are just as important as consonants and vowels, and the tone letters like B, V, S are essential to understanding the meaning of a word. There are no silent letters. Every letter is pronounced. Hmong spirituality often revolves around shamanism and ancestral worship, with ceremonies that connect the living to the spirit world. Rituals related to life events, such as naming ceremonies, marriages, and funerals, are deeply rooted in their beliefs. The Hmong are renowned for their intricate textiles, which use embroidery to tell stories and depict scenes from daily life. Musical instruments like the keej accompany cultural celebrations, blending sound with storytelling. The Hmong community is structured around a clan system comprising approximately 18 clans, each identified by a surname. Clans play a central role in leadership, conflict resolution, and social support. Some prominent surnames are Vang, Yang, Li, Xiong, Wu, Thao, and Cha. Members of the same clan view each other as extended family, fostering strong communal bonds. Hmong families often live in close-knit communities where extended families share resources and responsibilities. Marriage arrangements are traditionally guided by elders, ensuring alignment of values and fostering strong inter-family relationships. In traditional Hmong culture, bride kidnapping, zaj pojnium, involved a man kidnapping a woman he wished to marry, either consensually or non-consensually. In consensual cases, it was a prearranged step in courtship. Families would negotiate marriage terms afterward, and the woman could reject the union. While once a customary practice to formalize relationships, it is now largely discouraged due to evolving norms and legal concerns. Newly married couples often reside near the husband's family, emphasizing the importance of familial ties. Historically reliant on subsistence farming, Hmong communities in Southeast Asia have cultivated crops like rice and maize through slash-and-burn agriculture. In diaspora communities, many have adapted these skills to new environments, such as tropical farming in French Guiana or urban gardening in the United States. Hmong diaspora communities have successfully preserved their culture through festivals, traditional clothing, and language education. In Minnesota, the Hmong International Freedom Festival attracts tens of thousands annually, showcasing traditional sports, music, and food. In French Guiana, Hmong farmers continue to practice traditional agriculture, blending old techniques with modern innovation. Diaspora communities maintain strong ties to their origins through remittances, cultural exchanges, and humanitarian efforts. Fundraisers organized in the US and Australia often support education and healthcare initiatives in Southeast Asia. Hmong leaders have emerged in politics and advocacy, representing their communities in host countries. General Vang Pao was a revered Hmong military leader who played a pivotal role during the CIA's secret war in Laos, fighting against communist forces during the Vietnam War. A charismatic leader, he later became a symbol of hope and advocacy for the Hmong people, helping them transition to life in the United States as refugees. General Vang Pao remains an enduring figure in Hmong history and culture. In the US, Hmong American politicians and activists continue to advocate for refugee rights and cultural preservation. Through memoirs, documentaries, and art, Hmong individuals have shared their experiences globally. Writers such as Kao Kalia Yang have brought Hmong stories to wider audiences, fostering understanding and appreciation. Hmong communities in Southeast Asia face issues such as land disputes, environmental degradation, and limited access to education and healthcare. In diaspora communities, maintaining cultural identity amid assimilation pressures remains a challenge. Education is a vital tool for Hmong youth to navigate modern challenges while preserving their heritage. Community initiatives in both Southeast Asia and the Diaspora emphasize the importance of cultural and academic education. The Hmong people's adaptability and strong sense of community provide hope for the future. By blending tradition with innovation, they continue to enrich their host societies while preserving their unique heritage. The Hmong people's story is one of resilience, adaptability, and cultural richness. Despite historical and modern challenges, they remain deeply rooted in their traditions while contributing to the global cultural mosaic. Their enduring legacy is a testament to the strength of community and the importance of preserving cultural identity. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment or two. At Spark and Seed, igniting ideas, growing knowledge.